Hey guys, this is On Productions, aka 94673. I'm back in Autumn's Journey, part 9, and I'm gonna continue. Yeah, sorry, I'm gonna continue. Whoop! Although I could not feel Mary and Kerr's reactions, I had a feeling they were promptly agreeing with that remark. Did he witness the bench scene from earlier? Being reminded of my rejection was enough to get me on the verge of tears, but I nodded again and tried to regain some dignity. Yes, I'm sorry for not knowing about their new regulations, and he shook his head. Oh shit, music is too loud. Did not check that. I was never a stickler for those changes, I find them too limiting. Why, back in my day... He trailed off and coughed. However, I can't just knight anyone. If you possess the same skill and potential as a student of the Oliver Knight Academy, I could make an exception here. I felt my heart stop and I tried to prevent a something of squealing. However, even if you're Lady Bayard's daughter, I'm not going to go easy on you. You will still need to take a test and I'm pressed for time. Would you prefer a test of sword skills or rhythmic... Sword, sword, sword! He glanced at me in bafflement but smiled. Just like your mother. I worked under her for years. If she knew about the new guidelines, she'd probably be livid. He gestured back to the headquarters. And then, if you're ready... I glanced back at little Mary and Kerr, resisting the urge to jump. I'll be back soon! Please wait here. Right. Take that, you little shit, Kerr. I'm sorry. Well, that was a something event. I'm glad things worked out in the end. Are you kidding? Everyone's entering and exiting the building. Everyone exiting the building saw her embarrassing display. I'm not surprised if someone decided to see why there was a girl dissolving into a bench from her own tears. One-track mind, that girl. Same as you. I hope she comes back soon, though. She did promise to take me to the glittering shop. What's a cavity, anyway? By the way, Ilmari. Ilmari? That's what I said. Oh, you're right! About earlier, you fought rather convincingly. That surprised me. Never thought my spells would come in handy that way. I'm glad it worked out. Why did you and Aureliber start laughing anyway? I admit it was a rather interesting scare tactic, but I did not think it was its intention. It was nothing. I'm curious. Nothing important. He loves us. The thing that won me over with Kerr was that laughing scene. I thought that was pretty damn funny and, well, cute. Hey, you two! Did it work out? I mustered a small smile and rubbed the back of my head. Yeah, maybe not as I'd like, but it was not all lost. Basically, he was impressed, but he can't give me the rank without more proof. I'll be helping out the Archivalier Guild as a knight in training. I can do quests and little tasks, but I can't be included in any major orders. They said to compare it to the final year at the academy. I didn't exactly get that comment as I've never been enrolled before, but I guess that meant I could consider myself close to graduating. Explaining the situation solidified some of my confidence, and now I was grinning. I even got a little badge! Ilmari clapped while Kerr's mouth tucked very slightly at a corner. So, can we go to the next also? Yes, Kerr, however, it's getting late, so things will have to be postponed. But I still intend to keep my promise. I'll take you to the altar first thing in the morning, and then I'll show you the marketplace. I'm happy with that arrangement. That works. Oh, and I even got my own lodging, like a real knight. I can't let unauthorized people in with me. I could find an inn for you both, and an inn where you can sleep indoors for a price. We'd pay them. No, we'll be fine outside, Kerr. I'd rather sleep outside anyway. Right, it's autumn now, but still pretty warm. However, tell me if when it's starting to get too cold to remain outside at night. I can arrange an inn. Not sure where you'll go currently. The gardens seem nice, so you could easily get some sleep there. Just don't get into trouble when I'm not around. Ilmari chuckled. Like your mother, our cultures may be different, but we do have common sense. His gaze briefly flickered to Kerr, as if second-guessing himself. I'll be watching over him anyway. What's that supposed to mean? I went to the lodge with the others, as directed, and was pointed to the second floor where I could be staying. It was essentially like an inn. Female knights temporarily staying in Oliver live here. While they remain here, they can do various tasks around the city for money or little rewards. Think of it as training for all the virtues a knight should represent, so they will be honorable and righteous, both on the battlefield and while protecting civilians. And of course, you'll help me. You two will be able to learn everything about Heavenkind without it getting too boring. If I didn't become a knight in training, they'd probably just wander aimlessly, hoping for something to do, and I don't think Curse Master would accept that as a meaningful experience. Makes sense. Is this title really that important? Yes. Kerr opened his mouth to interject, but seems to have thought better about it. Instead, he rubbed his temples and exhaled out loudly. Tried to include something more battle-oriented. I don't think fighting other Heavenkind would count as an ideal experience. I'll see what I can do. For now, let's go to that altar tomorrow and see the marketplace as well. I'm exhausted. So much happened today. Of course, see you in the morning. Thanks. Don't oversleep, Kerr. At least I won't be poked with a stick. As Ilmari headed to the garden, Kerr took a step, then paused before glancing back. Is this one of your blatantly admitting something confessions again? Shut up, it's not. Fine, it is. It's okay. Kerr, it shows I'm understanding you better. Is it about the fight? Yes, might have acted a little harshly with you when you were obviously feeling down. It's okay. I guess my reaction was a little immature. I'm surprised you didn't leave me there. Believe me, the thought crossed my mind, but Ilmari wouldn't have approved. Well, I'm sorry for snapping at you. We do seem to rile each other up. I'll try to be a better friend to you. Friend? Yeah, I mean, we've already been through so much together. I both consider you and Ilmari friends. My words seem to have startled him. Ha! He's blushing. He awkwardly mumbled a goodbye and departed. I guess that notion never occurred to him. Well, Aurelie, you're a knight in training now. Time to start acting like one. Hey! Oops, shit. Next chapter. Knight in training. What a surprise. Now this is a real cave. Droplets of water echoed in the puddles as we walked carefully through the cavern. Kerr led the way heavily. Sure, it looks like the last one we were in. Are you kidding? They're small tunnels. Its sediments are mostly limestone and its roof is higher. Leave it to the earth dragon to know his surroundings. I like underwater caves. They make great layers. Ilmari seemed cheery as well. The numerous branching tunnels made me nervous, but my companion seems unfazed by it all. I don't get it. It's like you know where you're going. Do you reckon intuition? Kerr groaned and Ilmari shot me a pit look. We actually came here earlier thanks to Heavenkind's help. So much for that promise not to wander off. I know Kerr was determined that I didn't want to let him out of my sight. However, Master Petrus wished for him to be accompanied by Heavenkind to each altar to prove that he's not going straight from one cave to another. Not just any Heavenkind, but one that's been there with him the whole time. Wouldn't your word be good enough, Ilmari? You're overseeing the whole thing. He shifted nervously. No. Sounds like you have no influence here. Something like that. I arched an eyebrow doubtfully before I could question further. Kerr announced that we had arrived. There was a small carved statue of an earth dragon set on a block. Kerr gestured accusingly at it before turning to me. Do they even try to make impressive ones? Think we will be pleased by this? A life-sized one would be more worthy. Go humble beg for his forgiveness. I gave him a gentle shove and stuck out my tongue. He glared, but his usual intensity had dismissed somewhat. I was planning to remain where I was, but I saw Mary retreat to give Care some space. Not staying. No, I don't want to feel like I'm eavesdropping on a private conversation. I reflected on the argument on the first altar. It doesn't seem too personal to me, and you can only hear Kerr speak. That did not convince Ilmari, and he merely kept walking back until he had vanished around the bend. Maybe Ilmari had a point, as I turned. Hey, where are you going? To give you some privacy. Did you forget already? You have to stay. You're heavenkind. Right. I shifted my weight until I felt comfortable. I kept my eyes behind my back as I watched Kira kneel down, then close his eyes to focus. Moments later, his ears perked up. Yes, she's here now, so picky. Yes, we left Perry, and helped something called a carriage to get to Oliver. We were attacked. Heavenkind fists are pretty useful. I covered my eyes and smirked at the comment. From there, Kerr chronicled the sights and sounds of the plaza. Heavenkind's like to pretend to do things they actually can't do for the sake of people clapping. They're driven to perform odd things, like eating fire. Is that even edible? He also mentioned the presence of other Drakenkind. He concluded his account, and after a few minutes he stood up. He placed one hand on his hip and he stared at the statue deep in thought. Then, when I was sure the conversation was over, I approached him and leaned in. Is that everything? Yeah. Did he say how many altars to visit afterwards? Thankfully, there's only a few left. There's many around Oliver. So I'll leave it in your hands to get some interesting night quests. You can count on me. Count on me. I still owe you a visit to the marketplace. We can restock some supplies. We rejoined Ilmari and returned to the bustling market of central Oliver. What I thought would take the morning ended up going to mid-afternoon, given how much we explored all the various shops and stalls. At the end, I was pretty much haggard. I slumped down on a bench between my companions, blankly gazing at the sky. It's like babysitting kids, overgrown kids. Ilmari was happily clutching a small glass bubble. He held it up and its transparent blue surface shimmered like waves in the sunlight. Can't believe you bought me this. I've never had anything Heavenkind made before. How could I not? You were making that face. This one? His expression changed, assumingly yes, that one. Maybe he wasn't so sweet and innocent if he was using that face to his advantage. Kerr was not gently stuffing his old face with various desserts and pastries. I placed a hand over my forehead before sliding it down to my chin in aggravation. I said, eat a few, not all of them. At least we found something he likes. I'd prefer it was something that wouldn't give him a sugar rush. Kerr pursed his lips, but said nothing since he was still preoccupied with cheering. Now that we were all settled, I stood up and stretched. Argent Valor on my mind. I'm going to check the guild and see if there's any postings I can accept for tomorrow. Get something to do with fighting. I'd prefer if it was a more peaceful one. I'll see what I can do. I doubt I can find one that'll please you both. I gave them a quick wave, intending not to take long as I headed for the guild. Inside the headquarters, I surveyed the giant board, hoping to find something that would catch my eye. Which one? Which mission should we do? Well, I can click? My god. Battle tournament. You are the greatest warrior in the guild? Try and find out. Go fishing, save the chickens. Rescuers need to find important person now. 5 nightshades. Honey. Alright. Alright. Battle tournaments. Maybe. I'll see. We'll see you in the next episode. See you then. Bye.